nothing. Yay. Hello.
This is Amber.
This is Emily.
With Anxious Baddies Book Club.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop. This is
Back
our
again.
third episode now.
How many?
This is our third episode.
Whoa.
I know, right? I mean, there's only 3 of them, so we shouldn't be so confused at which episode this is, but...
Honestly,
We've recorded so many times.
It's hard keeping track of everything.
Well, that, and then we've also recorded so many times. Like, this could honestly be like our 8th episode by now.
Remember that one time we were up until midnight not recording?
Right, not recording our faces, but recording our voices.
Oh, man. I was so tired.
I know, I could have been clinically brain dead at that point. It was horrible.
It's okay. Did it, though.
Right? And I mean, technically, so far, this would be our, 5th book? Because the Tattooist series was 3, our Fall was 4th, and our Halloween was...
Yeah, it's the 5th one.
I know. So we're doing pretty good. And we started... Right? We started our book club unofficially, kind of in August?
Yeah, I think so.
I wasn't invited to.
Bitch! He's like, the book club I wasn't invited to? So before we get into reading our books, just want to give you your warning. This episode will contain spoilers because this is a book club. We have read the books and we are ready to talk about it. Also cussing because that's just what we do. And then also anything that might be that might sound sponsored or like paid advertising is not. We are not paid or given anything for free unless stated otherwise. Oofda. Yeah.
Halloween episode.
Yes, Halloween episode, even though it is November 2nd currently.
Yes.
Oops.
It's all good. I think we're doing great.
Yeah. I mean, at least we're, making an attempt, so.
Yes.
This is our Halloween blind date with a book that we will be reviewing. We got ours from Hello Book Club. We will tag them in the description below. I'm very happy with mine. I didn't think I was going to, but that's the awesome thing about the book club, and especially doing blind dates with a book, is because you may read something that you wouldn't normally read. So
yeah. Well, and I actually, to my book, this is her debut novel. Novel. The debut novel. Debut novel? Okay. Debut novel.
A debut novel.
Devoir. Okay. Do you want to go first with yours?
Sure. So this was my book from Hello Book Club. Prelude. It's going to be backwards because that's just the way that my screen is. But it's Prelude to Extinction by Andreas Karp. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing his name correctly. But this is the first book in a 2-book installment series, and I think it's only 2. But I did like the book so much that I did get the second one. So, getting into this one, I did write down little stuff to kind of keep me on track and keep me going here. So, of course I didn't even finish it. Okay, so this book starts in the year 2124. So in the future, it is a community of scientists in space. They are hundreds of light years away from Earth on a mission to study a planet that very closely resembles Earth. It starts off as a 10-year travel because of science reasons. So they've been in space for 10 years. The time displayed by the ship ship's intellectual system does not match what the time date would physically be on Earth. So sometime in their travels, the time must slow down for them on the ship, whereas on Earth, the time continues as normal.
Okay. Yep.
Or something along those lines.
I'm following.
But information takes approximately 10 years to go back and forth. So if someone from Earth is sending them information, it will take 10 years for them to get that information, and then if they send something back, it will take 10 years because of how far out they are.
Okay.
And so they're not, currently up to date with things going on Earth. But if I am correct, the planet that they are going to be, the planet that they are going to look at turns out to be living creature-like. The ground wasn't as Earth-like as ours, and some things were just different. But shortly after their attempt to research the planet, they get what I can only imagine was sucked into some kind of wormhole. They talked about what it was that they were sucked into, but I don't remember if they came to an exact conclusion of what it was that they got sucked into.
Mm-hmm.
But when they came out of the wormhole on the other end, they are unconscious. When they come to, it turns out that they have time traveled to hundreds of years in the past.
Ooh.
But, they're still in space. Just imagine if they tried going back to Earth, like I believe it was the 1700s that they went back to. So I think it was like the Revolutionary War or something like that had just ended or something. So yeah, they went back down to Earth, and they'd be like, witches!
Oh no!
Right, but they're still in space, so they're safe from that.
Yeah.
But they managed to travel back a couple more times, because every time they travel back, it's not to where they originally were. It's just kind of like they jump forward a little bit in time, and they jump forward another little bit in time. And then they get almost back on track with where they're supposed to be in the time continuum. But their ship gets sucked into another space ship belonging to a more advanced alien species.
Oh no.
And at this time in their journey, they have one injured person and a few other of their space scientist people have gotten killed. So the aliens helped the crew with their damaged ship by fixing it, and then they also healed the injured person and then also bringing as many people as they could back to life. One person wasn't able to because it was just too far out of their capabilities to do so. But while they're, kind of swapping information or trying to swap information, they both races that we would call them, aliens and humans.
Yeah.
Are being hunted by another extraterrestrial species that they were unable to identify or communicate with due to their hostile nature. It is concluded that the unidentified species are on a mission to exterminate all other beings, because the aliens are trying to help with the humans. Because the aliens that are trying to help with the humans, they have never experienced conflict, so they're a very neutral species.
Yeah.
They've never had to make some sort of crucial decision, I assume. But they were not willing to help with the hostile aliens, because they're so neutral, I guess. But the hostile aliens were on their way to destroy Earth, and their ship is so much faster than the people in space because it took them 10 years
Oh
to
yeah,
get out to where
like
they were.
they're probably more advanced than yeah.
Yeah. So they're like, oh no, they're going to reach our planet before we do, and they're going to destroy Earth.
Mhm.
But one of the good aliens went behind the others' backs and helped them destroy the
The
ship
bad
once.
ones. Okay.
Help destroy the bad aliens, so that way they don't
Mhm.
destroy Earth. Um, and in the case, that alien, his name was Alpha, he had to suffer the consequences from helping the humans because the other aliens didn't want to get involved with it, and he went and helped anyways.
Okay.
So after that's all done, they are able to make it back to Earth and I assume kind of reacclimate to life. It wasn't when it didn't go into that into great depth, but they're
Mhm.
living their life on Earth. But the ending does give me an impression that the second book will be about the race that tried to exterminate all of the other living creatures. And that is because they had a ship out in space trying to eliminate other things, but they also had their own home planet too, where
Okay.
other of their beings
Yeah.
kind of live. So, I think that maybe that's what this book is going to be about. Is possibly going to be about the aliens that sort of were living on the planet that were not on the ship, and maybe they're going to have look for their own revenge. So
Mhm.
I am excited. I mean, there's a synopsis on the back. I haven't really read it yet.
That honestly sounds awesome.
I definitely would rate that book. I'd say 4.5 stars.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
So
questions.
4.5 rating. I mean, we might have to find like names for the ones that
Oh yeah, because it would be in between. Yeah, the
fucking fantastic and will read again.
right. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, and I completely forgot about the grading scale.
It's okay. So 4.5. Would you swap places with the main characters?
No, no.
I don't blame you.
I mean, it was a good book to read. It definitely
Yeah.
was very well written, and I could definitely picture a lot of things, but
Mm-hmm.
no.
Um, can you relate to any of the characters?
No, I'm not that
It'd
smart.
be a
I'm
little
not
hard
dead.
to relate, honestly.
What?
Would be a little hard to relate.
A little bit, yeah, but that's fine. It was
Yeah.
definitely something to think about.
And then can you imagine life after the book for the characters? It sounds like it's going to be continued, so.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think I really can because there's another book, and I know from what I have read on the back of it, the same character, the captain, is in it. So
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
So.
The only thing that I can is to be continued, yeah, for sure. But I think that I have an idea that they're probably gonna have to go back out to space and try to defend Earth or something like that. That's
Yeah.
just my theories. So
Ooh, cool. Okay, were you satisfied with the ending
yeah, I think so.
of this book, I guess?
Yeah, I do think that the ending was maybe. I mean, there's a lot of action at the end of the book,
Mm-hmm.
which made me think that maybe it was a little rushed, but
Mm-hmm.
not bad. It was still a good book.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I think I was satisfied with the ending. A couple people died, which was sad, but I wasn't. My worst fears coming true were the aliens exterminate everybody. I guess
Yeah.
there wouldn't be a second book if that was the case.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so mine was An Enchanting Case of Spirits by Melissa Holtz, and as I said earlier, it is the debut novel for her. And in my opinion, a very good debut novel. I'll read the back, and then I'll kind of like add my like
own interjection
to it. When a 40th birthday celebration leads to ghostly visitors, three friends find themselves navigating surprising mysteries, spiritual hijinks, and this clever debut novel. Melissa Holtz. Okay. Alyssa Mann is an adventurous, not since her husband died. She found herself the single mom of a teenage daughter, but there's no way to avoid celebrating the big 4-0. So when her best friends drag her out for drinks and tarot reading, she throws caution to the wind and decides to see what the spirits have to say. It's all fun and games until she wakes up the next morning with a wicked hangover and a ghost standing at the end of her bed. Sheer panic sends her running for help from Nick West, the very attractive detective who lives next door. When he finds no one in her house, Alyssa has to accept that she really did see a ghost. As they dearly departed keep appearing, Alyssa and her friends do their best to learn how to control her new power, trading insults with ghosts, returning family heirlooms, and getting closer to the skeptical but helpful Nick is more fun than Alyssa imagined. But when looking into one ghost's past reveals unexpected and unwelcome facts about Alyssa's late husband's death, she discovers she just may be in over her head. So, I like this book. I definitely wanted more closure from the ending. But I think they're setting it up for another book, or she's setting it up for another book. Don't know for sure, but the way it ended, it definitely set it up. Because there's a lot of things that weren't answered, like at the end of the book. But one of the things that I really, really liked was like the banter with the characters. Like there were some really, really funny parts to this, especially with Alyssa's interactions with the ghost. One of the ghosts, Billy Garrett, is like he's like a kind of teenager kind of type ghost, and that was hilarious. And then Eric West, I kept imagining as Pedro Pascal. Like, I was like, damn, okay. Because he's like a, like, salt and peppery kind of, like, looking guy. And that's kind of like Pedro Pascal's like, oh, so,
right. Well, that make a movie out of it.
Yeah. But I liked all the characters. I think that they were just fun and realistic, really. So, there's a lot of, like, more, like, mystery than I expected, and I wish there was more spice. There's not a lot of spice in it. So, there's some kissing parts.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so.
Could be spicy. Yeah. Alright. Well, I mean, for her debut book, words are not good for us, right?
Yeah, words aren't easy.
No. But yeah, so it sounds like she did a pretty good job for her first book.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's good.
Well, and like I said, it was really, like, fun to read. There were some slow parts, but, I mean, like, the banter between the characters, and then, like, Alyssa, the main character herself, and her navigating, finding her powers, like, it was fun.
Okay. Are you ready for these questions?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Okay. Let's see here. Would you swap places with the character?
Um, well, one of the sad parts, and I guess she's a widower, so she's kind of has to figure out life without her husband. That's a tough one because I don't think I would want to swap places with her.
Yeah.
That aspect, but I think that it would be kind of fun to, well, I don't know, figure out that I'm a medium and be able to talk to dead people, but at the same time, it might really freak me out. So,
Just
I don't,
imagine.
but wait a second. If I get to hang out with Nick West, then that's okay with me.
Just imagine.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna swap places with her.
Just imagine you're finding out that you're a medium and no one else
I
really
need
knows
her.
about it, and then you're bickering with a ghost, and then you have someone at your house with you, and they're like,
Yeah.
"What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What you doing?"
You've been smoking there.
Right? Yeah. Anyways, can you relate to any of the characters?
I think I relate to the main character, Alyssa. Because she's just like this typical lady, like mom, and she's got her friends, and like she's in a funk, obviously, because her husband died, and so she's trying to navigate being 40 and being a mom and all that stuff. So yeah, I suppose I could relate to her in that aspect.
All right. How do you imagine life for the characters after the book?
So it kind of sets it up that Eric and Alyssa are together and starting their relationship. But there's also still that level of mystery, and possibly solving more cases. So I can imagine, and then like I said, sets it up for a second one. So I think for sure I can see, life after the book, or life after for them.
Right. Sounds good. And were you satisfied with the ending?
I wanted spice. I was ready.
She wanted more action.
A little more action. But it was okay. I realized I didn't give my rating.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, what would you rate it?
3.5.
Okay. That's not
I'm
bad.
sorry, Melissa.
I mean, at least it wasn't a 1.
I'm sorry.
So that was our book reviews from the books that we got from Hello Book Club. Oh, yeah, hold on. Ha!
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I really enjoyed my book, and I cannot wait to put it on my shelf. I'm really proud about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I also can't wait to read the second book.
So, should we reveal the next book?
Yes, so this is the next book series that we're going to read. We're doing both, right?
Ready? Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Okay, so the first one will be the Pumpkin Spice Cafe.
Another Cinnamon Garden bookstore.
Yes! I had to make sure I was putting up the right one because I don't know. But yes, both books by Lori Gilmore. They've gotten, fairly good reviews on TikTok and stuff like that. And I've been dying.
I opened up to a page.
Yeah? Is it spicy, Amber?
Yeah.
So in this case, this is where the book cover wouldn't help you any.
Oh no. I think I need to start reading this one. Wait, no. We got this. I got this.
We got this. So first, we are doing the Pumpkin Spice Cafe and then Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. Both bought books. because, now that Halloween is over, it is officially, the continuing season of pumpkin spice and everything nice.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so that will be our November. It's hard to believe that we're already in November, but these will be our November reads. And then when December comes around, hopefully we will have something Christmassy in the spirit of, the holidays and such like that. I was never a people person sober.
It's easier. We did it!
We did it! Alright, that was our 3rd episode. So yay!
Thanks for joining in, everybody!
Yes, and if you have any book suggestions, DM us, or you can also email us at anxiousbaddies.bookclub@gmail.com.
Yes, please.
And for now, yep, stay hydrated. We'll talk to you next time.